guys, Dynarider here, back at you with another video. This is going to be the first real ride since I moved late last year. I got myself Merv the Mad here with me and a good friend that we're trying to get his mind off of some stuff he's got going on. So we're going to go out on a ride and focus on being safe and just have some fun with it, y'all. Let's get it! Yeah, that's one thing I want to talk about when you're riding in a group like this. You know, you want to make sure that you guys are staying close enough that cars aren't going to be trying to slide between you and your fellow riders. But you're also keeping space enough that, you know, if one rider has to do an emergency maneuver, there's no obstruction to them having that freedom of maneuver to do so. It's extremely important that you keep your formation right. If your formation's off, it's just going to get progressively worse and worse from there. So as a head rider, as the road captain here, I'm responsible for making sure everybody's got all their gear, everything's good there, everybody's bikes are topped off, and nobody's going to be having to pull off to the side of the road because they ran out of gas or something like that. Your road captain is typically going to be one of the most experienced riders in the group. Then your intermediate experienced riders are going to be in the middle. And then you got your tail gunner behind that has communication with your road captain, and he's going to be making sure that there's a constant line of communication. If we get separated for some reason, the tail gunner knows the route, and he's able to go ahead and take lead of that secondary pack until everybody gets pulled back together. Today we only have the three of us, so if we get separated, I'm just going to pull out to the side and make sure everyone's taken care of there. Other than that, gentlemen, let's just have a good, safe ride. Pretty sure this gentleman in front of us is on his phone. Yep, he's on his phone. Yeah, go ahead and back off him a little bit, give him some space. That way when he ups up and crashes, it's not a fatality to myself and my riders. Alright, everybody made the turn. Go ahead and accelerate. So one thing on these group rides, I didn't get it with this group ride, y'all, but you want to make sure everybody understands the hand and arm signals that you're going to use throughout the ride. You know, Merv the Mad and I, we've got comms with each other. So if you guys hear me just randomly having a one-way conversation that you're only getting half of it, it's because he and I are talking. But in any case, the rider that we're riding with, he doesn't have a comms unit, so we can't just talk. We have to communicate by a hand and arm signal. So we got to make sure everybody's tracking what hand and arm signals we're going to use. That way everybody's safe, everybody understands, and we're able to keep control of the formations. Like I said, if your formation starts, no, not yet. If your formation starts getting all jacked up, that's when stuff starts getting dangerous. Yeah, let's go ahead and go single file. So one thing when you're riding on these country roads, you gotta keep a continuous lookout for is gravel. A lot of these these driveways have gravel on them, so you got to be mindful of whether or not there's going to be gravel in your roadway. The other thing is animals, wild animals, deer, squirrels, freaking wild. Out here in East Texas, you got wild boar. Can you imagine hitting a freaking wild boar on your bike? Man, you're dead. You're absolutely freaking dead. So you got to keep a lookout for that stuff, man. Freaking know your emergency maneuvers. Have confidence in your ability to execute them. And also another thing is, like, you got houses out here along this little country road. You just say they don't have a freaking dog. It gets out and likes to chase shit. You know? You gotta be mindful of that. Here I am talking about preaching safety for having, I'm just out here riding one-handed. I should change that. I should really change that. But I'm sorry guys, I'm an animated person. I like to talk with my left hand because you got throttle hand. But I like to talk with my hands. There's cars turning left. That's the biggest hazard to motorcyclists, man, is vehicles making left-hand turns, turning across the roadway in front of us. Because a lot of times they just don't see us because we're such a small profile machine. They just don't see us. Between us being small profile and unintentional blindness. You hear Dan the fireman talk about unintentional blindness all the time. What unintentional blindness is, you know, as a motorist, as a person driving a car, you're looking for other cars. So your brain it filters out all unnecessary, unneeded information. So since your brain is actively looking for a car, even if their eyeballs see you and register you, it's not going to relay that information to their brain, because that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for another car. So that's what their brain is looking for. If they don't see a car, their brain's going to tell them, okay, you're good to go. Although in reality, you could be there, and their brain's just not getting that information, because the brain's filtering out this information that it's not looking for. So all you motorists out there driving around like crazies in your cages, take an extra second and specifically look to see if there's a freaking motorcycle. Who knows? That half a second where you decide, I'm actually going to look for a motorcycle, could save somebody's life. So what I just did there is I gave them the single file line signal, because I can't see around these turns. I can't see what's going on up there. I can't see up over this hill. That's a vertical blind curve. No, I can't see what's going on there. So I put these guys in a single file behind me. That way they have freedom. Everybody has the freedom to maneuver at maximum capability to maneuver if needed. Got another intersection right there that's hidden behind that tree. That's another thing you gotta look out for on these country roads. All these driveways coming onto this roadway, and they are all intersections. Alright, so we got an intersection here on the right. This is information that you guys got to take in and absorb. I know it's a lot of information to take in at one time, but man, oh man, this stuff is important. It can literally save your life. Man, wouldn't you feel like an idiot if you just wanted to skip over boring nuances of riding a motorcycle because you didn't want to listen to all the hazards. You just want to get out there and twist the throttle. I want to do wheelies, I want to do donuts, I want to go fast, I want to drag knee. And you went out there and you got yourself freaking killed you committed suicide. I'm gonna stay towards the inside here. He just went really wide. I didn't like that. But freaking, and you went out and got yourself killed because you didn't want to listen to safety pointers, man. How stupid would you feel? Well, I can tell you how stupid you'll feel. You're not gonna feel stupid at all because you're gonna be dead. Absolute death. Okay? One big thing I'm a huge component of is ATGAT. All the gear, all the time. You know, it's been a minute since I went through my motorcycle safety course. But, so they might be using a different acronym. But ATGAT. All the gear, all the time, man. I mean, listen up. Freaking this asphalt, you can't really see how rough that is. But it's rough. You go down on that wearing freaking shorts, a tank top, a pair of flip-flops, and no helmet, you're gonna have a closed casket funeral because you just went through a human-sized cheese grater. If you're lucky, you're not gonna have a funeral because you'll survive, but you're gonna go through a human-sized cheese grater. You're gonna be going through years and years worth of surgeries. Okay? Getting skin grafts. You're gonna take skin from your ass cheeks and they're gonna put it on your face. Does that sound pleasant to you? Does that sound pleasant? I don't think so. I don't want to have ass face. Do you want to have ass face, Merv? Do you want to have ass face? This guy's making a left-hand turn. Pay attention to him. Yeah, man, like I said, formation is important. Alright, so we got 1 mile. We're gonna go left. Hopefully this road will be a little bit more twisty. Yeah, so what Merv's saying is they're concerned, or he doesn't want the roads too twisty because we don't necessarily know how experienced this guy riding with us is, 1, and 2, it's been a minute since Merv and I have had a chance to ride together. So we're trying to keep that up. And you know, make sure everybody stays safe, but at the same time, nothing wrong with a few good twists. Key thing when you're riding as a group, yeah, you're riding as a group, you're a single unit, but you're also an individual, and you as an individual are responsible for your own safety. So you need to ride your own ride. I don't care how far back you back off, but you ride your own ride. Here's a pretty good turn. That's another thing a lot of people don't take into consideration. Yeah, this is a straight road, but I can't see what's on the other side of those hills. So, like, boom, there's an intersection right there. Boom, there's an intersection right there. Intersection right there at the peak of the hill. You can't see those all the time. So you need to drive defensively regardless whether you're not on a straight or on a twisties or whatever else, you know? You gotta make sure that you have time and availability to be able to react, constantly scanning the road ahead of you. Now, a lot of these driveways out here, like I said, are gravel, or have gravel on the apron coming onto the roadway. So you gotta keep that into consideration, so that you know you're not unexpectedly losing traction. Yeah, so it's perfectly okay for you to go below the speed limit if you don't feel comfortable doing the speed limit. Just bear in mind, you know, you don't want to have a car come flying around that turn and freaking teabag or rear end you. So you gotta keep that stuff in consideration. Use your gears and stuff to slow down as you go into these turns. That way you have the torque and whatnot to be able to roll your throttle on coming out of it. And just have fun with it, man. You're out there learning. We primarily learn from experience. Whether it's a positive experience or a negative experience, that's how we as humans learn. So you gotta take the good with the bad, man. So if you don't feel safe doing the speed limit, there's no shame in slowing down and getting the experience under your belt, just going through the motion. Merv got hit. Merv just got hit by a bug. Merv just got hit by a bug. Look how beautiful that is, guys. You know, it's always good to get out here with some brethren and just have a good time, man. So much of our day-to-day life is just grind. You know, so much of our lives is just caught up just making sure our daily minimums are taken care of. There's a horse out. Could you imagine hitting a horse? Hell yeah, it was a gorgeous horse, but could you imagine hitting a horse? Yeah. Slow down. Got chevrons. Light up chevrons. That's telling me that this turn is supposed to be steep. Not very steep though. Yeah, look out for your signage, man. You got signs out here telling you this road's twisty for a reason, man. So pay attention to that sort of stuff, man. It's okay to get a little bit comfortable here and there. Look at those horses. But you know, like, you don't want to become complacent. Complacency kills. That's what they tell us in the military all the time. You get complacent, that's when people die. Guess what? When you become complacent and it's your life in your hands on your motorcycle, there's not really many other people around that's gonna die, except for you. That I just gave them the signal to go ahead and go staggered. Boom, instantly staggered. That's the importance of hand and arm signals right there, man. Being able to actively communicate with those riding with you as to what needs to happen, that is a powerful measure right there. Go ahead and give them the signal to slow down. To be able to dip in when staggered like that, that's the purpose of being staggered. You're able to dip in on turns, and then you accelerate on out. Nice and smooth inputs on the controls, man. Slow down, downshift, look, press, roll on the throttle. What do we got? Everybody makes it to the turn. So that's part of my job as being the road kid. I'm constantly looking in my mirror, making sure that everybody makes it through the turns, the intersections, everything else like that. I keep a head count of everybody I can see in my mirror. In a larger group, you know, you're gonna have a middle person that's gonna be helping control everything. That person's gonna be called the sweep. And that person is going to have comms with the road captain and the tail gunner. And there's going to be constant communication going back and forth, making sure that everybody's everybody's staying safe. Most group rides, there's at least one person that has some emergency supplies in it just in case somebody goes down. Yep. So, like I said, pay attention to signage. We got that sign telling us it's going to be a sharp right turn. We've got the chevron telling us it's going to be a sharp right turn. They don't generally put these chevrons out for turns that aren't sharp. But this turn doesn't have a lot of embankment going on it. And it's also on a hill. So they want to turn around and make sure that everybody knows that the road turns right there. But other than that, man, we're just out here riding and having a good time. Oh, that one hurt the boys. Yep. Hell yeah. Yeah. $59. That person wasn't paying attention. That's why I say always take that second, that look. Mike do it too? Was Mike doing it too? Yes! Good times. Good times with friends. Alright, so we just had our brother Mike go ahead and take point. He has an idea of where to go once we get out here. But I think this is the first time I've come into Jefferson this way. And we're slowing down. Look at that old bridge, man. That's cool. Making a left. And this place is yesteryear gift shop. Yep. Just when the U-turns come in handy, man. Alright, y'all, thanks for coming along for the ride with Dynarider and friends. Peace. Look at that.